So, do you want to segue now to our second baseman rankings?
All right, sure. Ernie Clement's a middle infielder as well, so that's a nice segue right there.
Yeah. So, second base. Now, definitely one of the weaker positions in baseball, unfortunately. It seems
Mhm.
like every time there's a good player who plays second base, that team does literally everything they can to make sure he doesn't play second base. Jeff McNeil, DJ LeMahieu, now Jake Cronenworth, Whit Merrifield. Like any other examples, I'm looking at my list.
Tommy
Brandon Lau.
LaStella.
Yeah, Brandon Lau plays in the outfield a lot. Kavon Biggio plays in the outfield. It seems like literally,
Jerickson
yeah, Jerkson Profar. It seems like
Profar
every second baseman is like a
is
utility
a
guy,
utility man.
except
Yeah.
for a few guys here and there. But
Mhm.
this is when we're talking, defensive spectrum based on what position defense is more valuable. Second base, obviously not as much as catcher, but more than first base. Obviously, it's kind of towards the middle of importance. But
Mhm.
yeah, let's count down. I started the first one. You started the last one, so I'll start the first one. We just mentioned this guy, number
Gooby.
10, Angels, and then Athletics second baseman Tommy LaStella. Now, I completely forgot to pull up the
Mhm.
stats, so I'm going to be working on that right now. But he's just the definition of a solid player. He kind of broke out. He made the All-Star team back in 2019 before I think he had like a broken leg or something. Or no, he had a broken leg at the All-Star. I remember he had like he was on
Mm.
crutches during the game. But he broke out and he's just pretty much the definition of a solid player. He's got a solid, left-handed bat. He plays kind of below average defense, but you can kind of get away with it. And
Mhm.
last year he had an 819 OPS, excuse me, 370 on base, 281 average. That's like and one stolen base, 5 home runs, which also new soundbite, 5 home runs.
It's gone! Santa Maria!
Oh.
Yeah. Every time we
That
mention a home
scared
run,
me. Oh my god.
It's
I'm gonna be hearing that in my
gone!
dreams tonight. Oh my
it's
god.
gone. Yeah. He's
You
just
gotta max out the volume and just blast that out of
no. I'm not
nowhere.
killing your ears. And I'm wearing headphones too. So but Tommy Listell is pretty much just the definition. He's kind of you could say he's a boring player. He's just solid and it's definitely a weaker position, second base, but he's just a really good player. And
Yeah.
I wish he was a little worse because I'd love to have him on the Mets as a bench bat, but he's obviously not going to be a bench player. So who's your number 10?
Well, my number 10,
Yeah.
I actually, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Jerickson Profar because he just barely missed out as an honorable mention. Because he's got a decent average and good eye, and I mean he's had surprisingly good speed with like really good stolen base to caught stealing rate since 2018. But number 10, I'm going with Mr. Late Bloomer himself. He's hit 329 since 2019. It's Donovan Solano.
Ooh, Donnie Barrels. He barely made the list for me. I don't know what's with these Giants guys. Like last list, Brandon Belt was like my number 11 guy. Now, like Donnie Barrels
Hmm.
is like my number 11 honorable mention. And also,
Yeah,
by the way, before we get further in, what players are we considering Jake Cronenworth the second baseman?
I am considering Jake Cronenworth the second baseman.
Okay, I'm not. Spoiler alert,
All right.
you might see him on another list. And then
Ooh,
Whit Merrifield, I don't have him as a second baseman. I don't think he played any
I
or
don't
very
either.
little second base last year. So yeah, cool. All right,
Yeah,
housekeeping out of the way. Um, so yeah, keep continuing about Donnie Barrels.
I love Donnie Barrels. He's a very late bloomer, as I said before. Kind of very similar to Jose Iglesias
Ooh,
from the
yeah, I
second
like that
base, but
comp.
yeah, both very high average, low walk, low power kind of guys, slap base hits all across the field, especially up the middle. And little known fact, Jose Iglesias was on pace to win the AL batting title if he had qualified with I think 15 more ABs. So
Was it
just
this
some food
past
for
year?
thought.
Was it this
This
past
past
year?
year, yep,
Well, obviously,
yep.
DJ LeMahieu is
He bet
quite possibly
369.
the greatest player in baseball history.
He lost to DJ LeMahieu, obviously. But yeah,
Obviously, he
how's
still
his-
took the dub.
how's this glove, Donnie Barrels?
I'm pretty sure it's like just around average, maybe a slightly above. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, me neither. All right, coming in at number 9, the legend, the Instagram meme god, David Fletcher. Now, David
Number
Fletcher.
9?
Yeah, number 9. Was that too low for you?
Way too low.
I'm sorry. Now,
Oh
David
my God.
Fletcher,
I'm disappointed.
his position, it's a little confusing. He might be playing shortstop next year, but they also got Jose Iglesias, so I seriously doubt that. He was a third baseman until they signed Rendon, and he's just another example of a super solid player. He hits for average, but he also walks a good amount. He has a 319 average with a 376 on base. Now, the thing that I'm, what's keeping him lower is his slugging percentage. Now, with 376 on base, he only has an 801 OPS, which means he's got a low slugging percentage because he doesn't hit for power. He only hit 3 home runs last year, but he's just a definition of a contact hitter. He hits the ball to all fields. He plays really good defense. He's, again a definition of a really well-rounded, solid player, something that seems like a lot of second basemen are. It's kind of weird how many of these guys are kind of average hitters that play multiple positions, that hit the ball for contact, they hit the ball through all fields. You know what I'm saying? So David Fletcher, I just need to see him hit for a little more power and get that slugging percentage up. Then he'll be way higher up here. Who is
Well,
your number
we're gonna have
9?
quite a few problems with each other's list, I think.
Oh, that's fine. That makes it entertaining.
Oh, I know, but David Fletcher at number 9 is. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I'm sorry, man.
Number 9. I'm probably gonna make you upset with this next one. My number 9 is Wilmer Flores.
Oh, why is that too high for me?
I would think that you're pretty emotionally attached to him.
Oh, I
Seeing as
love
you
me.
are the
I
Mets
love
fan.
Wilma. I love Wilma.
Wilma.
He's not even on my list, so I'm not mad.
All right. I think he's quite possibly. He's incredibly underrated.
Oh,
He had
for
an
sure.
848 OPS last year.
In San
followed,
Francisco,
in
which is
29
impressive.
in San Francisco, and then had a 819, if I remember correctly, in 2019.
Yeah,
So he's also
2019
had
was pretty injury plagued, though. He didn't have that many at bats.
He still played half a season or so.
Yeah.
So, and then he also had quite a few above average seasons before that, prior, and in Queens. The one thing that keeps him down though is his defense.
Defense
It's
is
not too good
Yeah, I know he played a bit of
at all.
shortstop with the Mets, which is, odd for someone whose best position is probably first base. He played some first base. He played some shortstop kind of in our World Series run. I love me some Wilma. Unfortunately didn't make my list, but dude cried on the field because he found out he thought he wasn't going to be a Met anymore, and that means a lot. I wish there were more guys like that. Mets are notorious for having players cry on the field. Wilma and Pete Alonso, to be specific, which you already know. Pete Alonso, 2021 MVP, baby. But that
Man,
he wasn't getting traded, but it was because
even
he
polar
broke
bears cry.
he broke Aaron Judge's record. So gotta cry about that because he was like, man, Judge is gonna be so sad at rehab tomorrow.
Juiced
Yankee
ball.
Stadium. He's probably sad. He's like, damn, Aaron's gonna be so sad at rehab tomorrow, seeing that I broke his record because he's always injured. All right. Anything else about my man?
That was a good
Thanks,
one.
man. Anything else about my man Wilma?
No problem, Elias. No, not much.
Oh,
Defense
thank
is
you.
holding him back.
Thank you. I'm sorry. My manners.
Of course. I insist. What is your number 8 pick?
My number 8 didn't have a great year this past year. Another guy whose glove sucks, but he's super young and he can hit real well. Keston Hiura of the Milwaukee Brewers. Now you're probably
Ooh.
saying, "Oh, why is he higher than David Fletcher?" I think he has more potential, and he hits for a lot more
Oh,
power. Now,
okay.
now 2020,
Okay.
13 home runs, which is, nice, and he played on one of the worst offenses of the league, so he's lacking protection,
Mhm.
obviously, and his glove sucks. Like
Mhm.
I said, maybe you move him to first base, honestly, because they kind of have a hole over there. But this dude's just a great hitter. A Last year 707 OPS, not good. A 297 on base percentage is terrible, and a 220
Oh my.
average. Now again, pretty much the whole team had a down year, but before that, as I pull up his 2019 stats, he had a 368 on base percentage and a 938 OPS. Now obviously didn't play the full year, but played a lot down the stretch, in their playoff push. So yeah, Keston Hira, which I love that name too. Keston Hira. It's a great name.
Yeah,
Um,
that's so badass.
yeah, right. Keston.
So smooth.
Yeah, it
Ooh.
really is. So yeah, Keston Hira, the Milwaukee Brewers coming in at number 8. Who's your number 8?
Well, thanks, Elias. My number 8 is Tommy LaStella.
Ooh,
Bringing it back to the bringing it back to the LaStella train, the caboose. Little nice little tidbit here. For the second time in his career during 2020, LaStella walked more times than he struck out. In
ooh,
fact, he
we
actually,
like that.
yeah, yeah, we really like that. In fact, this is incredible. He struck out more, less than half the amount of times he walked.
Now
27 walks to 12 strikeouts.
Ben really likes that
That's
too because
incredible.
Ben really likes that too because his team strikes out so much.
Yeah, yeah. You get used to seeing so many like 0 for 4 with 3 strikeout box scores that just seeing that kind of thing is like finding
Yeah.
an oasis in the Sahara Desert. It just doesn't happen.
Yep. So, anything
Who
else
knows?
about
Maybe even the
LaStella?
Yankees will get him.
Yeah, be a great fit if you lose DJ. All right, number 7.
Bench bat.
Speaking of the AL East, this is the new DJ LeMahieu. Not really, but the new second
What?
baseman also plays some outfield too. Might have to be moved
No, well,
there
oh my.
if might have to be moved there if the Blue Jays sign DJ LeMahieu. Kevin Biggio. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, well, he just, I don't know if he has the same results as the other guys, but I'm going off a little bit of projection here. The dude had an 807 OPS with 375 on base percentage, which compared to a 250 average, that's real good. Walks a good amount and also hit 8 home runs, which is nice. And he plays a really good second base and can play multiple positions too, which is super valuable. I know this isn't top 10 utility men, but it's super valuable to have that, versatility. And he's only
Yeah,
25 years
of
old.
course.
He's going to be a part of that young core for the Blue Jays for a while, and he's only going to get better from now. So number 8, Kevin
Hmm.
Biggio.
You mean 7?
7, yes. His jersey
There you
number
go.
is number 8. I read that.
Ooh, nice little tidbit. I
I
see
should have
you. That's
I
a
should have
nice
put him at
segue.
number 8 because of that. But yeah. Who's your
Well, you're
number?
just going down the list. You
Who's
know,
your
you
number
go
7?
8, 7.
Yeah, he's saying counting.
My number
Math.
7. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It was
Yeah.
intentional.
All right. Kevin, number
But
7 for you is
uh Colton Big Wong, he's very confusing to me because he's so inconsistent with the bat. But every single year he gives you gold glove defense and solid wheels. The power is only there once every 2 years though, I'd say.
yeah, seems like it.
Everyone Yeah, everyone kind of, I think, slept on him during 2020 because he didn't hit for any power whatsoever, but he still rocked a 350 on base percentage, which is certainly productive. So, yeah, my number 7 is Colton Wong.
Way too
And
high.
if all trends continue, he's going to be even better next year with the bat, and he's going to have another breakout.
Yeah, I think he's way too high. Honestly, I don't think he's that good enough of a hitter. Especially, he's not even in my top 10. But number 7. Now
Wow.
this is the fun part about, this series is the back and forth. We haven't really had enough because we tend to agree on stuff, but I understand how good his glove is, especially two plays I'm thinking of. The one where the double play where he just
Spring
smacked the ball
training,
with
yeah.
his glove. No, this is the one where he smacked the ball with his glove to Paul DeYoung, and then the glove flip
Yeah, that was
Paul
during spring
DeYoung
training.
in spring training. No, the first one was in the regular season where he just I'll send it to you maybe. He just smacked the ball with his glove, just shoveled it to DeYoung for the double play. The spring training one was the glove
Oh,
flip
but not
one.
with the side. Yeah, the side with this glove.
Yeah. The side
Yeah,
was
I know
like
which one you're talking about now.
cool. Yeah, it was like a shovel pass almost. And the spring training, that play is unbelievable too. I watched. I was in awe when I first saw it, but he doesn't really
Yeah.
do enough at the plate for me to make my top 10, especially number 7. But he's definitely a solid player, and I'm curious to see where he's going to sign because the Cardinals let him go, so that should be interesting. Who shall I move on to number 6?
You shall. And in the future, please, if you don't agree with me at all, scream at me. I want to get in a fight right now. Let's go.
All right. Now you're not gonna hate. I was screaming, bro. I listen to a lot of heavy metal.
That was so.
You hear a lot of that, and
Oh my god.
sorry, rest in peace, headphone users. All right, so this Ben will probably agree with this, but we might get one angry commenter or two, because at number 6 I got Ketel Marte of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Some people probably think he's way too low, but was not good last year, and he has a career 785 OPS. I know he almost won an MVP in 2019. He was unbelievable. He can also play a really good center field too, so that's really nice. But he has not been consistent at all. With the Mariners, he wasn't great. With some of his years with the Diamondbacks, he wasn't great. He's been a player since 2015, and his OPSs went 753, 610, 740, 768, and then he went insane 981 and then back down to 732. I'm sorry. So, he's not consistent enough. I know his potential is there. I understand that, but I need to see another year with great results. I don't think he's the best player on the Diamondbacks anymore. We both agree it's Zach Gallen, and I'm curious to
for
see
sure. Milkman.
I'm curious to see what he can do next year because I expected a big year from him because going into the year, that lineup, they built a good lineup there. Just no one hit last year. So I was curious to see how he was going to contribute to that. He's also moving back to second base with the acquisition of Starling Marte. He might be moving back to center field though with actually no, they got it's so weird. They have a freaking catcher playing center field, Dalton Varsho, but he can also play center field like pretty well. But you'd never expect you'd never expect a catcher to be playing center field.
Or any other position other than first base and DH.
Exactly.
Shout out to Isaiah Kiner Falefa.
Oh yeah, catcher,
third baseman with a gold
glove. Yeah. But he was like a bum catcher though, right? He was not good.
Yeah, he sucked the defense there.
Yeah. So sometimes you see guys moving from catcher to another position, like a corner infield position, when their defense sucks. But I'm pretty sure Dalton Varsho's got decent catcher defense, like in the minor leagues. But imagine like platooning.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Dude, that dude's career is not gonna last long. If one day he catches, next day center field, like yikes. But
he's gonna have really strong, like, what is it? What's that muscle? I don't know. I can't remember the name. No, not quads. He's gonna have great quads, but I think those are gonna eventually.
I'm not the kind of guy to ask. I know the ACL and the MCL because of injuries, like and stuff. But yeah, and yeah. But that's my number 6. Ketel Marte can be a great second baseman. He just needs to put another great year together. I'm not asking him to be an MVP, but I'm asking him to have a freaking OPS above 700. I mean, above 800. So is that too much to ask for? Maybe it is. And also, he plays in Arizona, so his numbers should be better. Who's your number 6?
I actually think that your pick right there was kind of like my Colton Wong in the sense that they're both incredibly inconsistent with good defense. Uh, so yeah, I think that's a nice little balance point between us.
Yeah.
My number 6 is Jake Cronenworth,
Ooh.
NL Rookie of the Year finalist, and he's an exciting young, perhaps even 5-tool caliber player.
He's actually a
He
six-tool
started
player
off
because he can pitch too. He
with,
pitched in the minors too.
oh yeah,
I remember I told you that in one of our first
6-tool.
episodes. I was like, dude's a switch. A two-way player, and you didn't know. And I was like, yeah, man. He
I
hasn't
had
pitched
no idea.
in the big leagues yet, but yeah, man. Jake Cronenworth, uh, great player. Obviously traded from the Rays, for a prospect alongside Tommy Pham. He was kind of a throw-in, and now he's gonna be their second base, or now maybe left fielder for a long time to come. Continue.
Hmm. He started off super hot, and he looked like he was going to run away with the NL and Rookie of the Year. But then he had a rough September, and that's kind of why he's not super high on my list because I do think that there is still a chance that he might be pulling an Aristides Aquino, in which he was insane for 1 month and then just completely lost it afterwards. We're just going to need more time to tell to see if he is truly who we believe he is.
Yeah, and like
Because in terms of total production, he was stronger than a good two, maybe three of the people that I have in front of him. But I just don't necessarily trust it 100%.
yeah, I picked him up on a fantasy team, and you could also play him at like
Ooh, good steal.
and I think you could also play him at shortstop too. So that was nice. So yeah, number
Mhm.
6 for you. He would definitely be high on this list if he was going to be playing second base next year, but he's not. Which is why, because they literally just signed a second baseman in what's his name, something Kim, Ha-Sung Kim,
Kim,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
All
don't
right,
know how to pronounce it.
I think
Not
it's
gonna
yeah,
try.
Ha-Sung Kim. You should try
I
one of
thought it was
my
like
videos. I
Hyoi Sun.
probably is, but
Nah, you're no, they're never like the Hoy. I always think it is, and then I'm always like fucking three different vowel sounds off.
yeah, I saw a video of like best MLB player from every country. There was one
Mhm.
player that might have the hardest name to pronounce you've ever had, but it's amazing. You want to hear what it is?
Oh yeah, I do.
Wait, oh yeah, Davidis Neverauskas from
Uh,
Lithuania.
ooh, I was gonna guess the Netherlands.
Yeah, that's in the area, right?
Probably. I mean, Europe.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I know it's like near what's it, Latvia, I think. Anyways, coming in at number, getting the
Okay.
top, getting the top 5 started. I have Cronenworth's former teammate or for starting second baseman of his former organization, Brandon Lau. This dude obviously had a phenomenal year last year at 916 OPS, 362 on base. Had a good rookie year, finished, I believe, third in rookie of the year, made the all-star team, and then he got hurt and kind of cooled down towards the end of the season. But this year he really proved it that, it seems like he's the only kind of everyday player on that team. Maybe I know Austin Meadows got platoon last year, but he'll probably be going back to that everyday role if he plays well again. But he's like,
And
you know,
figure out how to hit
yeah, it seems like every position on the Rays has like one guy to go up against right-handed
platoon.
pitching, platoon, one guy to go up against left-handed pitching, except Brandon Lau. It seems like he's always playing
Maybe
second base for
Willie
them.
Adames.
Yeah, but well, he's playing shortstop, so. But you could also play like I think does Brasso play any second base?
3-2.
Probably. I
Brasso
mean,
sends one into left field.
fuck you. Stop it. Stop it.
He probably does. Everyone there plays a bunch of positions, but going back to Brandon Lau, I said not. Yeah, I went over his stats. He didn't have a great postseason except one game where he hit 2 home runs, 3 or 2. I think it was 2 against the
Something like that.
Dodgers in the World Series. He had a phenomenal game then. Other than that, he had a decent World Series, but the beginning of the playoffs he was dreadful, to be honest. But
Ice cold.
Yeah, real bad. But he's a young player and a great player too. Number 5. Who is your number 5?
My number 5 is someone who I think you underrated in Kevin Biggio.
Ooh,
He is, yeah, I think he has the best eye amongst all second basemen, and he's got really good speed. I think underrated in that category
I
too.
agree. Yeah.
Since 2019, in which he made his debut, he's actually gone 20-0 in stolen base attempts.
Oh wow,
That's almost
really?
Tim. No, that is. Yeah, that's Tim
That's
Castro.
perfect. That's
Tim
crazy.
Low Castro. Yeah. So, maybe he'll be stealing some art as well. Shout out to Foolish Baseball. Love you, Tim Low Castro.
Yeah, shout out to what's it,
That's
Bailey?
really
That's
all
his
I get to
name.
say
Yeah.
that's new.
Oh, keep talking.
Bailey.
I'm pulling up the I'm trying to see him do the sprint thing on Baseball Savant against Tim LaCastro. Hold up. Shit, I can't find it. Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up. Sprint speed
If I
race.
remember correctly, Low Castro's 30.7.
Yeah.
30.7 feet, right?
Fuck. I can't find the damn simulator. Whatever. Oh wait, did I find it? Yeah, I did. Wait, no. Player. Fuck. What? How the fuck do I use? Okay, yeah. Low Castro. Yeah, yeah. This
Technology.
is great podcasting. What's his name? Biggio. All right, let's see. Let's see who wins this. Start. All right. I'm gonna get my play-by-play skills up right here. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah,
This
here we
won't
go.
load. This won't load. I should probably take a screen recording of this. Give me a sec. I might go in and edit this out a bit. Some of this stalling because this is terrible. But
Little Jacob Stallings up in here.
yeah, we be Jacob stalling. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna cut this out. Don't you worry, Ben.
Dope.
All right, I'm just getting it set up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and the runners. Why isn't it moving? Let me refresh this page. Hang on.
It's moving in your mind.
Maybe. All right, here we go.
Sometimes it's not the race, it's the friends you make along the way.
And this won't work. God damn it.
Baseball savant for you.
Yep. Let me guess. Now it's gonna work. Now that I. All right. Back to Kevin Biggio. We were saying. Now, we just stalled for like 2 minutes trying to screen record a race between Biggio and Kevin and Tim LaCastro. So I'm definitely gonna be getting in with it in the editing. So yeah. But any last thoughts on Kevin Biggio?
No, best eye from the second base position and kind of like the Aaron Hicks of second base.
Ooh, I
So
like
I'm pretty
that
high
too.
on this kid.
Yeah. Coming in at number 4, only one thing I have to say, or one thing I have to do to let you know who this is.
Mm.
Ojay
No.
Altuve, the trash can
Altuve.
cheater himself, has dropped down a few spots because after being exposed for cheating, well, he was horrendous last year. A 629 OPS was absolute money in the playoffs, 1.229 OPS, but he was so bad last year. Obviously, a second place MVP finisher in 2017. You see what I did there?
Oh, I see. And
That should
loud
be
and
taken
clear.
away
Thank
and
you.
given to Mr. Injury Man himself, Aaron Judge.
Thank you.
But that doesn't take away that Altuve's had some great years in the past, even before 2017. He's been up since 2011. His OPSs went 654, not great, 740, not great, 678, not good. And then it went up and up from there. 830, 2014, 812. This is kind of where his prime years started, where he peaked. 2016, 928. 2017, 957 with help. 2018, 837 with help. Or sorry, 957 with trash cans. 837 with code breaker second base sequence shit, and then 903 with buzzers, and then 2020 with nothing. So dude's a cheater, so I'm dropping him down a few spots. It's way worse cheating than steroids in my opinion, because you freaking know what pitch is coming. That's literally everything. So it drops him
Yeah,
down.
that's
He's still a
unfair.
good player. He was also horrific in the outfield. In the field last year, he made some of the funniest errors I've ever seen. Just know if Jose
Oh, like
Altuve,
that drop pop up.
yep, there's so many errors he made last year. One thing you need to remember with Jose
So many.
Altuve, if he hits a walk-off home run to send your team to the World Series, make sure you don't take his shirt off because his tattoo is really bad, and he's shy, and his wife will get mad. Who's your number 4,
Yeah,
Ben?
it's. Well, one little note. I actually kind of threw Altuve to the trash can as I'm not including him on my list, and I think it's for good
Whoa,
reason. Not just because he's not. I don't think he's good. I really
really?
don't think he's a good player.
He was good at one
Yes.
point though, and even without cheating.
When was he good without cheating? Like you
2015,
were mentioning the years.
2016. That's true. How do we know that they
How
weren't
do we not
cheating?
know they were cheating back then? We only saw what happened in 2017 and onward.
That's
You can't
very
really
fair.
catch some. That's my thinking of
Yeah,
the
but
idea because it was such a big breakout.
Beltran wasn't with the Astros before 2017.
That's true. I mean, but like
I'm pretty sure he's the one who literally
he's
like
still.
invented it. Because I remember I heard the story. It
I
was
thought it was like a combination
one
though.
struggling player, probably Beltran, and a coach, probably
Beltran.
Cora, came up with the system.
Hmm.
So I don't think I hate that I'm defending the Astros right here. I don't think they cheated before 2017.
No, it's justified here.
I'm a firm believer that they cheated in 2018, 2019 because guys act like they only cheated in
Hmm.
2017. Um, they only used the trash can in 2017. But I'm a big believer in the buzzers just because of AJ Hinch's interview. They literally asked him, "Do you have buzzers?" And instead of just saying no, he just said, "Well, commissioner's report. The commissioner investigated us for a few weeks." I'm like, yeah, that means the answer's yes. So number
Yeah.
4. So
If it quacks like a duck, it's not a chicken.
exactly. I like
Is
that
what he was
saying.
saying.
Yep. So
I
number
love
4
that
for
saying
you.
so much.
It's a great saying. I just heard it for the first time, but I already loved it. Who is
Oh
number?
yeah, there's a bunch of different kind of like variations to it.
Yep. Who's number 4 for you?
Sorry, here we go.
Number
Ozzy
4.
Albies, who I think number 4, yeah.
Yep. Sorry, you're taking too damn long. I had to hurry this up. Nah, you're good.
Sorry.
Nah, you're good.
I
You're
think
good.
there's a bit of a delay.
Oh, really? Yeah, I
I don't
know,
know.
but nah, you're good. No, it's not that big of a delay. You're good.
All right, here we go. Well, what do you get when you cross a great glove, good speed, switch hitting abilities, and a good baseball in the postseason? That's Ozzy Albies, and that's a manager's dream right there. Now, he doesn't necessarily play all over the field, but that kind of versatility with different areas of the game, like 5 tool areas, that is really plus versatility in a great way. I worded that horribly. Moving on though, he had a kind of down year in 2020 with only a
He was hurt.
773
He broke
OPS.
his hand, which is like
Exactly.
the injury you do not want to get. I had him on my fantasy team too, so that's how I knew. He was hurt for a bit, and
Yeah.
it seems like hand injuries for a hitter are just like, nah, they're bad.
Yeah, because then it's so hard to turn on anything inside. It's
Or
so hard
sometimes
to
when you hit
like
the ball, kind of
stay back,
awkwardly,
breaking
it
balls
hurts your
away.
hands. Sometimes it hurts your hands, especially with a wooden bat. Like,
Oh.
if you know what I mean. So,
Mhm.
but yeah,
Yeah,
Ozzy.
like the vibration.
Yeah, exactly. So hand injuries suck.
Yeah.
So that's your number 4. Well, funny you said that because Ozzy Albies comes at number 3 for
Mhm.
me. Now he's different from these other guys
Ooh.
because you already went over the stats, right? No, you didn't. So last year,
Yeah, I bet.
773 OPS, 306 on base is really bad, but 271 average is nice. Needs to walk a bit more, but 803 OPS for his career. He's a super solid player. Plays good defense. He's a 5-tool player. He's all his splits against left-handed. He's a switch hitter, but his splits hitting left-handed against right-handed pitching is terrible. He probably should just G-man Choi and go full-time one side. Now this is the craziest
Mhm.
part about Ozzy Albies. His salary. I'm on Spotrac right now. This is after signing an extension. So this past year he made $370,000 with the
Mhm.
prorated salary. This year he's making $3 million. Next year he's making 5, then 7, 7, 7, and then 7 until 2027 when he becomes a free agent. And he's only 23, so he'll hit free
Oh my
agency
God.
around 30, so we can still kind of cash in well. But dude, that sucks. He signed that extension. Obviously, he signed up for it, but still, like
Mhm.
getting signed to that team friendly of a contract is just unfair to get a player of his caliber. So that's also one thing that makes
Yeah.
him not only from a skill level, from a value level, how much you're paying him it's nuts. So
Mhm.
that's my number 3, and that's your number 4. So I guess we'll segue to your number 3. Who is your number 3?
All right. Meme community, rise right
No
fucking now.
way.
That's
No
right.
way.
Number 9 is going to the fucking podium. David fucking Fletcher.
Hey,
Number 3.
boy, David.
Let's go.
I think it's a little too high, but I love it. You gotta love David Fletcher, man.
Of course, fruit gummy for life.
Yeah, he's
Now,
just the.
I do.
Oh yeah, you were saying?
Oh, go ahead. You're
Oh
talking about memes. I love to hear it. Love to hear
no, no, he's like one of those players that every team would do anything to have. Not only in your starting lineup, just because of his versatility and his contact ability. Like he's a perfect bench bat. Like I know he's too good to be a bench bat, but you can take him off the bench. He's hits for a high average, so he can be very clutch. He can play a ton of different positions. He's played the outfield. Can play every infield position. He's just so versatile, and he's just such a valuable player. So
it.
I don't like the ranking, but I do like the player a lot. And you were saying?
All right. Well, if you don't like the ranking, then listen to these stats. Not only is he, in terms of Statcast, the swing and miss rates and the zone swing and miss rates, which just basically means how much you swing and miss at pitches in the zone, are elite tier in the, I believe, 98th percentile, which is incredible. So he doesn't really swing and miss ever. He also had the second highest on base percentage amongst all second basemen, and he is by far the greatest defender of all of them because
More
he
than
has a
Colton
plus
Wong?
arm to go along with incredible range and jumps. He's better than Colton Wong, yes.
Really? Who won the Gold Glove last year?
He is.
Who was it? Cesar Hernandez
I'm not sure. I don't
and
even think he.
knows he wasn't.
Cesar Hernandez.
Yeah, who was up for it in the National League? Who won it in the National League? It was fuck.
Probably Wong, right? I mean,
Let me
should be
check.
Wong.
Yeah, probably. No, I think the reason David Fletcher hasn't won Gold Gloves is because he doesn't play just second base. He plays everywhere.
Yeah.
He played with Simmons hurt last year. He played a ton of shortstop too, which that's real nice.
Hmm.
But I'm looking up who won the Gold
Yeah.
Glove in 2020. It was
Same. It was Colton Wong.
Colton Wong. Yeah. So no shocker there.
It was.
So
Yep. Back to back years.
moving on to number 2, we have lefty DJ LeMahieu light. Jeff McNeil, let's go.
Oh,
Now, I
man.
was thinking about this the other day. The last episode, we talked about how Luke Voigt and Pete Alonso are kind of similar players. Other than the side of the plate they hit from, Jeff McNeil and DJ LeMahieu are pretty similar players. DJ LeMahieu hits for a little more
Oh, yeah,
contact.
for
Jeff
sure.
McNeil for a little more power. And then Jeff McNeil doesn't play first base, but he can. I actually saw an interview with him. He said he bought a first base glove just in case because they've asked him to play so many positions. He can also play the outfield. He's gonna be a full-time second baseman now. He's been playing. He played a bunch of left field last year. Started the year at third base. Kind of struggled there with Cano on the drugs. And in the Dominican League, where he's been tearing it up in the Dominican League, by the way. He's just retired from MLB and playing Dominican ball because he's been a stud there. But he's just such a good. And he even had he had a cold, like a cold month, and then he heated right back up. Like the beginning of the season, he didn't hit for any power, but towards the end, he really started to. The same thing happened in 2019, but towards the end of the season, he was hitting for insane amount of power and got, I think, was it 20 something? He got around 20 home runs. But last year, 836 OPS, let me zoom in. I can't see. 383 on base percentage. That's elite. And a 311 average.
Yeah.
His career average is 319. His career on base percentage is also 383. And his career OPS 884. 2019, he was pretty ridiculous. He had an OPS of 916, and that was coming from not hitting for the most power at the beginning of the year. He hit for way more towards the end, so you get that slugging percentage up a bit. And he's a great defender at second base, a very good outfield defender, very good third baseman, even though he struggled a bit this past year. The dude needs to learn how to. The dude needs therapy. He's a fucking rage monster, which I love. He's my favorite type of player because he hates striking out, and that's my type of ball player. He just smashes his helmet, breaks his back. Dude's a rage monster, needs some help, but I freaking love my man. Jeff McNeil, I feel bad for the guy, though, because when he went to the All-Star game, when he was up at bat, they put up Jacob deGrom's picture on the Jumbotron, not his. So he thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, he was a little annoyed.
Oh, my
It's
God.
his big moment, man. But Jeff McNeil of the New York Mets. Who's your number 2? Is it Jeff McNeil?
I actually did not include Jeff McNeil because he only made 13 starts at second base this year. Now, in the future, I was not necessarily thinking about Robbie Cano, and him being a full-time second baseman in the future. I was just thinking about the past year. So if I did have to put him somewhere, I would put him number 2 in front of the player I'm about to name. So, yeah, love you, Jeff McNeil. Keep raging. You're not Brett Gardner caliber, but you'll get there someday.
At least Jeff
My
McNeil's
number
helmet
2
doesn't
pick.
smack him in the face.
That's very true. I mean, at least Brett Gardner actually invented
At least Jeff
the
McNeil actually has something to get
dugout
mad about
smack.
because he's so good that he's not used to sucking. Brett Gardner sucks, but he should be used to it by now. You know what I'm saying?
No. No.
Jeff
Nice
McNeil's so
try.
used to
Maybe
being
next
a
time.
god
One.
that it gets him angry. Brett Gardner's not a god, and whatever. Here, you know what? I hate you. I'm mad at you right now.
Once Jack.
That's
you
what
know,
you get.
Sends one into left field. Gardner
No,
goes.
wait. No. No.
So here, I'm gonna scare you.
Stop it.
All right, number 2 for you is. Let me guess. Is it Brandon Lau?
Brandon Lau.
Yep.
Yeah, it
Lau.
is.
Is it no? Is it Lau or Lowe? No, it's
B.
Brandon
Lau.
Lau and Nate Lowe, and they were on the same side of the infield. But now he's up
Yeah.
with the Rangers. So
And I mean, he fucking sucks.
yeah.
Brandon Lau, he slugged 554 in the Trop, which is very impressive with great defense. And I did a little math too. If he had played a full season with around 550 at bats, he would be on pace for a 40 home run season. So that's very good. Elite, I wouldn't say necessarily elite, but all-star caliber on base percentage. Great player, back-to-back years. He looks like a stud.
He might be an elite second baseman, but not an elite player, just because second base is a relatively weak position, but he's still a great player. And number one, I think we can both
Mhm.
agree with this. DJ
Can I say it?
LeMahieu. Here, you can say it on here.
DJ LeMahieu was snubbed of the MVP last year. DJ LeMahieu is quite possibly the greatest player in baseball history.
So, the greatest player in baseball history. Let's talk about him.
That's facts.
Let's talk about the guy.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it. This ain't no debate.
I'm not
won
gonna
the
say
batting
anything.
title.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let you go free because this is your favorite player, I think, of all time, right?
Oh yeah, let's fucking go.
All right, go for it.
You know what he did this past season?
What did he do, Ben?
He was the first player ever to win a batting. He won a batting title in both the American and National League with a 364 batting average. You want to know what that on base was? 421, which was much higher than Jose Abreu.
DJ LeMahieu
And
was
his
snubbed
OPS
of the
was
MVP last
over
year.
1,000.
DJ LeMahieu was
Facts, and
snubbed
let's
of
keep
the MVP
spitting
last
them.
year. DJ LeMahieu is quite possibly the greatest player in baseball history.
You done?
What-
Something I really
one
like
more
about
thing.
being serious now. Something I like about DJ LeMahieu is how well he hits the ball to right field, to the other way. That's really great, and I love his
Mhm.
versatility too.
He
He can
actually
play third base,
had-
first base,
he
second
only
base.
pulled the ball 21% of the time last year.
That's crazy. What, does he hit the ball up the middle
Yeah,
or to right
so that
field
means-
more?
He actually hit the ball up the middle, I believe, slightly less than right. I think it was like 31% to 34. But obviously, I don't have that good memory, I should say.
Him
Because
and
I looked at it this
Ohtani
morning.
should hang out together because all they do is hit the ball the other way.
That's facts. Oh my God, Ohtani's swing is beautiful.
And Dom Smith hits the
Like
ball
the
the other way
inside out,
pretty
it's
well.
so sexy.
Yeah, Dom Smith hits the ball.
Mhm.
He has insane left field he's a left-hand hitter, left field power. Like most of his home runs are, and he can
Mhm.
pull the ball really well. His grand slam this past year against Anthony Kay, he pulled the ball, but yeah, man, nothing like a great opposite field hitter,
Mhm.
especially in Yankee
DJ
Stadium.
does have a lot of pop to.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
actually,
has a
that's
lot of pop to
one
right
thing
field.
that
He has a lot of pop to right field. Huh? Wonder why. Is it because
Yeah, actually, that's a great
DJ
little
LeMahieu is
segue.
quite possibly the greatest
why?
player
because he's the
in
best
baseball
player
history.
ever? He's the GOAT.
Yeah, he is the GOAT. You just said it yourself. You have to repeat that all the time.
No.
You admitted it just there. It's on
No, I
tape.
didn't. I asked
Everyone
you,
in
is
the
it 'cause he's
comments,
the GOAT?
if you've made it this far, yeah, Elias just said it. He is the GOAT. He is the greatest player all time. So
3-2,
it's
Brasso
not
sends
just
one
the
into
stat
left
head
field.
here.
Gardner going back, and it is up and gone. Mike Brasso has homered, and the Rays have.
All right, you done?
I'm
Did
done.
Ben, I was gonna say, did Ben leave? Because last time I played that, your thing crashed. So I thought you just got mad and left.
Yeah, the last time I took out my earbuds and just like slammed them against the ground. So, yeah.
All right, guys, that's our top 10 second baseman
How can
list.
I get these sound clip things? I need some for myself.
So what you can do if you want, get like Audacity or something, like a free recording program, and then YouTube to MP3, download it, and then send me the sound file, and then I'll put it
Mhm.
in here, and I'll make it happen.
All right.